Over the last 5 months, while in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've been focused, with good reason, on flattening the curve. We've all made sacrifices, we've all adapted our routines and behaviors, and here in London, we've done a remarkable job when it comes to flattening the curve, and we remain focused on that objective in the months to come. Having said it, there are other curves that must also be flattened in London. One of those quite clearly is systemic racism. It's not enough for that curve to be flattened, it must be crushed and eradicated. I have acknowledged, and City Council has acknowledged in no uncertain terms, that systemic racism exists in London, Ontario. Whether it's better or worse in our city compared to elsewhere is irrelevant. But what is relevant is that it happens, and that it happens on a regular basis in ways both overt and subtle. What matters is that we collectively commit as Londoners, as human beings, to its permanent end. And that's what makes tonight's conversation so important and so vital. What we're working together to eradicate, what we're committed to dismantling, is a form of racial oppression that has existed for centuries. Look, our actions may vary in scope and size, but they must be consistent and they must be constant. So too must be our commitment to listening and understanding, especially those with lived experience. In all my years living in London, I don't recall ever seeing a protest like the one we saw 2 months ago in downtown London at Victoria Park. 10,000 people coming together in the midst of a pandemic, no less, all to show support for those who are Black, Indigenous, and people of color. More important than what I saw, though, was what I heard. I heard the passion, the pride, the hurt, the anguish, and the urgency in the voices of those who spoke. Londoners were listening. We were all listening. And we're all learning. And most important, we are committed to action.